One of the worst groups of people imaginable that no one likes except themselves are scalpers. People that buy items, usually in bulk, to resell to you, the consumer, at a massively jacked up price. These people are usually the lowest of the low, and even to debate a scalper on what's morally acceptable, you'll usually be debating someone whose profile picture is a guy with his hood up and his face is blacked out because it looks edgy. And believe me, no, Mr. Scalper, I will not pay $800 for the new PS5 because it has no games. Scalpers' entire existence is to make a profit while doing the absolute bare minimum. Really, all they do is hold on to something, hoping that you pay more money for it because you really, really want it. Now, from a personal experience, I had a horrible time in my life where I actually cared about buying into the Supreme clothing brand, and I'm convinced that 90% of people that buy Supreme are just scalpers and resellers. They would charge you 50% more than what the product was actually worth, just so they could put that money straight into buying AdSense on Google and ads on Instagram to boost their SoundCloud account. Now, apart from merch scalpers, you have ticket scalpers. These people are even worse, believe me, because what ticket scalpers essentially do is they roadblock you from seeing your favorite concert. What these guys do is they will hoover up pretty much every single ticket available and then hold on to it for dear life, like they're Voldemort with a Harry Potter Horcrux. Now, one thing we all love seeing is people we don't like suffering, like for example getting a blue shell in Mario Kart if you're anything but first place. Now, I found this video of a guy and he bought $600 worth of movie tickets from a single cinema, hoping to just price scout people for a new film that is coming out. But the problem is, the film came out online on demand, so no one went into the cinema to see it.
Saw the hype about the interview on the 23rd and thought, hey, folks are selling these tickets in other cities. Seems like that's the thing to do right now, and why not give it a shot just to see how it goes?
It didn't go over very well. The movie was released online, so the demand for tickets dropped.
Now, apart from this guy looking like the postal dude if he took the pacifist route, holding on to 50 plus tickets hoping to make a profit is very scummy. Now, apparently what he did is, as soon as he found out that no one bought the tickets, he panicked, ran back to the cinema, and he was like, oh, well, I bought all those tickets off you to make a profit, but can you please take them back? And this based beyond belief cinema, they said no, because their return policy, they did have one, but it was per customer. Obviously, for a guy and you buy a ticket for your girlfriend or your family, that's fine. But they knew he was scalping. You do not have 50 family members that were all going to see the interview. And to finish this particular story, this is proof that scalpers have no moral comprehension and probably no soul.
The theater says it's the principle of the matter, not the ticket money. They won't refund the money, but is willing to donate it to charity. Jason said no. That would be financially irresponsible.
Financially irresponsible. This is the equivalent of going into a casino, betting everything on black at roulette. You lose it all instantly, and then you go home, get a cab, start crying into your coat, and then when the cab driver asks you for money, you go, no, I couldn't pay you. That's financially irresponsible. And then said person would probably get out the cab, go on their computer, and start either online gambling or probably ticket scalping. But the thing is, that was just one guy. That was one case. What about if we go to the main source, a hive of ticket scalpers? So apparently in Las Vegas, there was an international ticket scalping event. That is the saddest sentence I think I've ever said in my life. It pretty much sounds like a meeting of every single Marvel and DC supervillain coming together. It was called Ticket Summit, and Ticketmaster was going. If you don't know who Ticketmaster are, they essentially have a monopoly on ticket sales in the US. But the fact that they're going to an event that's promoting ticket scalping, that doesn't really make much sense.
Designed and geared towards ticket scalpers.
Ticketmaster is the world's largest box office, but they're changing the way they sell tickets for the biggest acts.
Look at this. Verified resale tickets. This is the box office Ticketmaster. Look at all these.
I know.
$1,400, $1,000, $1,300, $1,700.
Yeah.
Most people think Ticketmaster is the box office, like the original face value tickets, but now they're doing resale.
People are always asking, why does the box office have so many tickets available for resale?
So apparently Ticketmaster was letting scalpers into their own site, knowing they were buying tickets, holding onto hundreds of them, and just letting them resell them without banning them. And this was a huge problem because if you tried to buy anything, tickets would sell out in seconds as usual, but then if you refresh the page, they'd all be back, but probably 2 to 3 times the original price. During this convention, media wasn't allowed in, which is quite surprising. It all sounds very legitimate and honest business practices. But this led to a news outlet in America sneaking in, and they basically live action role played as a ticket scalper. Obviously, they were set up with hidden mics, hidden cameras, but them talking to actual scalpers, The way they talk about basically just straight up scamming people with no remorse.
They're promoting something called Trade Desk.
We got just a couple more questions.
The Trade Desk is an online system for scalpers to resell huge numbers of tickets.
How many tickets do I need to be moving to make this worthwhile? Well, I've grown on people that are extremely small, and they become pretty good partners for me, doing $500,000 or whatever.
$500,000 or $500,000 tickets?
In sales. In total sales.
This is like the biggest pyramid scheme and saddest pyramid scheme I've ever seen. I love, like, you almost need to respect the human ingenuity of trying to, like, do as little work as possible to maximize as much profit as you can. Honestly, if I had it my way, before any concert or performance or stand-up show, every single ticket reseller should go up on the stage and take a bow while people laugh and throw rotten fruit at them.
I want to know the straight goods on whether Ticketmaster is going to be policing us using our multiple accounts.
No. I have a gentleman who's got over 200 Ticketmaster.com accounts.
200 accounts! Now, this guy probably has about half as many accounts as the average CSGO Smurf does. I'd like to imagine that he's in some kind of PC farm and they're like, you know, farming Bitcoin or Ethereum. Hold on, Todd. I've got to stop selling this Ethereum right here. There's a woman from Illinois and she wants to buy a ticket to see Taylor Swift. I'm going to charge her 3 times the price. At this convention as well, they were also reselling scalper tools. So essentially bot networks that would do the entire job for you because, you know, using mommy's credit card wasn't easy enough.
So what we do is that we have a network, 2.5 million devices in every country and every city in the world. So you're completely anonymous and traceable, and you pretty much cannot get lost.
Is it illegal?
Whatever you do is under your liability.
Whatever you do is under your liability. I feel like I just tuned into the end of a YouTuber apology there. He's essentially saying don't get caught. Like, could you imagine that being held up in court? No, you don't understand. I supplied the methamphetamine, but he's the one who actually snorted it. I'm innocent. You'll love this next bit as well. I think the next day they turned up with like an actual camera crew, so they knew what to expect, and asking the scalpers like what they actually do and how it's an honorable business. Listen to the words they use.
I just want to know what you think the difference is between a ticket broker and a ticket scalper.
A ticket broker is a ticket selling professional. A ticket scalper is a person on the street selling tickets, possibly illegally, probably. But a broker's a professional.
Oh, okay. No, I get it. Okay, so a ticket broker is a respected person that resells a ticket as opposed to someone doing it in the street. I understand now. You know what? I was so scared. I actually thought for a minute I'd be a ticket scalper, like reselling all these Rihanna concert tickets. But the fact that I did it online anonymously, I'm simply a broker, not a scalper. There was also another example of a single guy that had one of these bot networks, and I'm not joking you, he made around over $7 million in a single year. Apparently this was on StubHub, another ticket seller, and that website allegedly had a backdoor just for people like this to have thousands of tickets and hold on to them just to resell them.
We found a secret login page that leads to a handbook for what StubHub calls its top sellers, and special software to upload and manage thousands of tickets at a time.
Now, I do want to say these reports are a few years old, but believe me, war never changes. This is still a massive ongoing thing. For example, recently at Taylor Swift concert, some of the tickets from scalpers, they were being charged up to $28,000 just because they sold out near instantly and people wanted to get into the concert. I think one way to conclude this story, if you go to a house party and you say, I'm a YouTuber, everyone will look at you in mild disgust. But then if you say you're a ticket scalper, 3 people will high five you and the other 20 people will probably throw you out the house.